My name is Michel Libamira. One fun fact about me is I have eaten forest rats in Malawi and I've also eaten caterpillars in Zambia. So Michel is a business entrepreneur. I'm a father of 2 girls, married to 1 woman. Michel is a fun-loving human being. I just love adventure, I love photography, I love cooking, I love eating, and I also love taking long trips to different locations. So there's once when I was young, maybe about 14, 15. First of all, I saw 2 white people riding along Wayakiwe. They had 2 BMWs. So they look really cool, and they even asked me if they're on the right direction, which the road was A104. So it looked really nice. And then I also loved hearing the sound of super bikes going up and down the highway. So I go around Mombasa Road. So at night, I was in South B. So at night, I would hear the bikes. That was just amazing. Then sometimes I'd be in a matatu, and your matatus are very slow. Then all of a sudden, you just seeing a bike passing you. So that's how my love for biking started. So I've been to SA before. So one of the challenging things is the border. The border takes so much time. You spend about an hour, sometimes even 2 hours at the border. And some borders, if you don't reach in good time, you have to sleep at the border and wait for the following day when they're opening. So that has been a challenge. And also riding with foreigners, sometimes rules change in between the trip. So at the time we had Americans and guys from Philippines and Australians in the trip. And when we reached the border of Zambia, initially you could get visa on arrival, but the policies are changed, so you have to apply in your country before you get into the country. So there's a lot of challenges. A lot of them obviously ask for bribes, and that's of course the challenge, especially for me as a guy who doesn't like bribing. Yeah, so riding in Kenya specifically, because that's the bulk of what I've done so far, is just the landscape. The landscape is beautiful. I've gone towards Namanga, the landscape is different. Towards Mombasa Road, Mombasa, Diani, all the way to Watamu, Lamu, it's different. I've been to Marsabit, I've been to Lodwar, and one of my best experiences has been Lodwar, because there's very beautiful meanders and beautiful hills, and just the nature, the birds, that's been the most exciting experience. Yeah, and I think just seeing how we run with nature, especially being in a place where, especially like Naivasha, you're riding, and at some point you're having zebras and giraffes and elephants cross the road. It's amazing. I remember sometime also riding on Mombasa Road, we'd stop and just to take pictures of the elephants because they're grazing just next to the highway. That's just the fun experience. Education is important because I believe it bridges the gap, especially between poverty and richness, and also it helps people live better and more fulfilled life. And as Africans, I feel like it also enables us to be more competitive compared with the counterparts from other countries. And I also feel like education also helps us improve our livelihoods. For example, I feel like education can help us have better yields in farming. Education can help us have better schools, better universities. Yeah, I think it goes a long way towards improving the culture and also the society as a whole. So one of the struggles I faced is I'm a creative, yeah? So I feel like the education that I had was more towards book stuff, more towards reading and more towards, cramming and chemistry, which I'm not even interested at all. I feel like I'd have done better if I was educated towards art and craft and maybe something like music, things like that. Yeah, I feel like if I had more practical things, I'd enjoy it more. For example, I love geography. I didn't know I love history until I started watching documentaries. But if I was able to watch documentaries back then, or having a geography lesson, maybe say in like Baringo, I think that would have had a better impact on my life. So I can say in my business life, education has had an impact, because I've been able to handle people better. I've been able to understand people more, listen better, and not just jump into conclusion. And I feel like I've also been street smart, and just I've been able to look at things differently and look at challenges differently through education. The most important thing that I've learned is, first of all, through experience, is to be humble. And just to understand people are different, cultures are different. I don't want to take my culture to other people. I need to understand that Somalis are different. I need to understand that Eritreans are different. I need to understand that Egyptians and South Africans are different. That's something that is very important. And also, I can say just being tolerant and just understanding where other people are coming from. That's something I'm really looking forward to. Great. Personally, I feel like I have more to do in terms of my life and the gifts that I have. I have a gift in helping people. I have a heart for the less needy society. I feel like I'm in a place where I would love to give back and give someone a better life than what they currently have. And also, I think I'd love to also impact other people wherever I'm going to go. And one important thing about this one as well is it's a challenge for Africans. It's never been done by Africans. So most of the time when you see adventures around the world, in Australia or whenever, you're always seeing people from the Western countries, mostly white people, doing this. So for me, it's more showing my fellow Africans that you can actually wake up and do this. You don't have to wait and just think that it cannot happen. And something else I want to do is, I'm a young man. I'm currently 34. Next year I'll be 35. Most of the time this trip is done by all the people in their 50s and their 60s and their 70s. So I want to do things when I'm young, so that I can also enjoy my youth. I have the energy, I have the vibe, I have the swag. I don't want to do things when I have, white hair. No offense to people with white hair. and also I don't want to do things when I'm old, because of course when you're old, your bones are also weaker. If I fall down when I'm 35, I fall down when I'm 70, those are two different types of falls. Yeah, and also I just want to encourage Africans to also just embrace each other, embrace the love, embrace the brotherhood, the Ubuntu. And of course, my goal for us in the future, if and when I ever get into politics, I'd love to unite Africans, because I feel like we have been divided by the Western powers, the colonizers, and if we come together, we have similar problems as Africans. So I'd love to meet a Nigerian person and tell them, my brother, me and you are the same struggle. My friend from Senegal, the same thing. So that's one of my dream when I'm doing this trip. I'm thinking about the terrain. Of course, safety is always a thing. We do know that not all South African countries are safe. We have the northern part of Mozambique, which has rebels. We have rebels in Congo. Sudan right now is having a war. Egyptians sometimes can be very crazy. So those are some of the challenges that I'm going through my mind. But other than that, I think I'm just going with the flow. I'm just actually excited to see what challenges are there and how to navigate the challenges, because I know that's definitely gonna happen. I can't really find one word. Maybe I just say epic. I don't know. It's just wonderful. That's a feeling that I have. If I can say it's more, for me, it's more like heaven on earth. That's how I could say it, that I feel right now. Trying different foods from the different countries. I honestly want to try to eat very weird foods. So I'm thinking about monkeys. I'm thinking about eating frogs, if possible, and snails, the delicacies in West Africa, and just seeing their flavors. I'm also excited about seeing the old African heritages. I love photography, so I want to see ancient buildings like in Tunisia or in Morocco or in Algeria, and just seeing how history has shaped the individual countries and the individual cultures of the different countries. A lot of students, especially the ones who come from underprivileged backgrounds, are really brilliant in just the way they think, and they have a lot of talent. So mine would be to enhance that talent and just support those people, so that one day they can be able to create an impact in someone's lives. And it needs to be something that is sustainable. And I would just love for it to reach as many people as possible, and I believe that it's going to cause a ripple effect. Someone who's going to benefit from this initiative is definitely going to help someone else in the near future. To donate, use the details on your screen. It's going to impact someone's child, it's going to impact someone's life, and at the end of the day, it's going to impact the whole society.
Yeah.